Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. Also make sure you turn off your hot and cold water supplies. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the Kenmore washer water inlet valve assembly. It's going to be a very easy repair and it's only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new water inlet valve assembly. The water inlet valve assembly controls the water going into the washer. The main reason to be changing it out is if one or more of the solenoids have failed and it's not filling, or the body is cracked, you're getting water leaking on the floor, or one or more of the parts have failed and you'd rather change out the whole assembly instead of the individual parts. In order to change the part, we have to go around the back of the washer. Now that we're on back, we're going to put a towel down to catch any water that may come out. When we take the fill hoses off, we're going to use pliers to loosen them up. As you're taking these off, you want to remember which side the hot is on, which side the cold is, so you don't mix them up. Once you have it loose, you can just unscrew it by hand. Then we're going to take off the panel. We're just going to use a corner nut driver to take out the screw that holds it on. Once you have the screw out, you can pull the panel off to the side and pull the two tabs out. You can set it aside. Then we can use the quarter-inch nut driver to remove the 3 screws that hold the access panel on. Once you have the screws out, we have to pull the panel away from the water inlet valve a little bit. Then we can drop it down and pull it off. With the panel off, we have to reach around to the front with a putty knife, and on each end there's a little clip we have to release. So we're going to press in with the putty knife and lift up on the end cap. Once you have this side done, you can do the one on the other. Once you have them both released, you can lift the control panel out of the body and then carefully rotate it out of the way. Now that we have access to the water inlet valve assembly, first thing we're going to do is follow the wiring harness up to the control board. There's a locking tab right in the center that you have to press on to release it. Once you have it off, we can unhook the wiring harness from underneath the clips on the control board. We're going to follow it down to the mounting point, and there's 2 mounting points where they're mounted to the washer. We're just going to grab the pliers and pull those out. All you have to do is squeeze them and pull on them. Now we're going to carefully pull the wiring harness out from in between all the wires. Now we can use the quarter-inch nut driver to remove the screws that hold the vacuum brake and the water inlet valve to the washer. Once you have all the screws out, we can take the water inlet valve assembly and kind of lift up on it a little bit and rotate it. Once you have it rotated, you can lift up on it and pull it out of the washer. Here's the old water inlet valve assembly next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. To put the new water inlet valve assembly in, we're just going to set it down into the washer and then rotate it. Once you have it in place, we can use the quarter-inch nut driver to put in the screws that hold it on. Now we can route the wiring harness. First thing we're going to do is grab a razor blade and carefully cut the tape so you don't damage any wires. Once you have the tape off, you can stretch out the wiring harness. You'll see it's a little bit shorter than the other one, and they don't give you the 2 mounting tabs like the old one had. So we're just going to route it up to the control board, just over the top of all the wires. You just want to plug it in and get a good connection. Make sure it locks on. Then we can follow the wiring harness back We're going to hook underneath the hooks on the control board. And just to secure it, we're going to take one zip tie in the middle and just hold the wiring harness together with this other wiring harness bundle. Once you have it tightened down, you can cut off the excess with the wire cutter. Then we can rotate the control panel back over. Just going to grab it and hook the rear hooks on the end caps in. Then you can rotate it down and lock in the front clips. To put the access panel on, I'm just going to lift it up into place and then make sure it goes over the water valve. Once you have it in place, we can use the 1/4" nut driver to put in the screws to hold it on. Once you have that on, we can put the cover on. To put it on, we're just going to put the 2 tabs into the back panel and rotate it over. Use the 1/4" nut driver to put in the screw. Now we can put the fill hoses back on. All you have to do is get these started on the water inlet valve. Start them by hand so you don't strip the threads. Make sure you get the hot on the hot, cold on the cold. Once you have it snug, you can grab the pliers, tighten it down so you don't get any leaks. Once you have the fill hoses tightened down, you can plug the washer back in, turn the water back on, and take it for a spin. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.